in my own hometown. Stranger.
Howdy folks, Little John here. Time for another 5 on Friday. This week we got a little bit of help from Black Bottle Blended Scotch Whisky. Never heard of this one. It's been recommended by the boys on Whisky Tribe, so we'll give it a whirl. The local bottle shop actually had one, so there you go. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is the method that you use to brew, and you know, how do you come at the decision on what way you're going to do your brewing. You know, are you going to be a kit, extracts, all grain? You're going to run a freebie system. You're going to run a brew in a bag, a robo brew, grain farber. You know, any of the list of automated options that are out there. You know, this problem, not so much a problem, but every brewer to some degree, when he gets into making his own beer, is confronted with this issue of, okay, what level do I want to go to? At what point am I happy with what I'm doing? What point is going too far? Now, it's very personal. It's very hard to sit here and say that someone should be brewing a particular way. It's easy to say everyone should be brewing all grain beer. But that's just not possible. Not everyone has that as an option to them for many different reasons, and hence why you need to make that decision. What level do you start? But more importantly, what level do you sort of stay on? So obviously, most brewers when we start out, we go out, we buy, a ready done kit, comes in a box, like the Cooper's kit, or from your local home brew shop, and has your plastic fermenter and some bottles and stirring spoon or hydrometer, and it comes with a can of extract. Generally one of the just a basic Cooper's or Morgan's, or it depends on where you're getting it from. But and a kilo of sugar or a malt mix, and off you go. And we're off and we start brewing. When we do that, you're knocking out some beers. And I've discussed this before on a different video, the progressing through the different steps and looking to make different beers. But from the viewpoint of the individual brewer making that decision where what level he is, you really need to pull back and just look at your individual circumstance. Now, I have the luxury of I've got a vacant 3-car garage attached to the house, which is used as my brew cave / pub party room, doghouse, storage area. So I've got no problem with space to have all the bits and pieces that I've accumulated over the years and to try stuff and all the rest of it. Now, if you're living in a 1-bedroom apartment and you've got a car space, that's not going to work for you. So you need to take these. So that's sort of one thing you need to take into account. Okay, how much room have I got? What can I do? If you haven't got space to run, 3 different vessels, then no point you even considering going into all grain. Then you need to pull back. There's also time constraints that need to be taken into account. An all grain beer takes 4 to 6, even 7 hours from start to finish. Even on an automated system, you're still going to write off 4 hours from start to finish. There are little bits in between, you're doing other stuff as well, but that's the length of time it takes. And again, plenty of people haven't got that. They haven't got the time to go, okay, we can do it. Again, I have the luxury. My children are grown, my wife works, say it's Friday, I'm home all day, I'm there's no one here. I haven't got to worry about other people wanting me to do things. I book Friday off. Friday's brew day. That's what happens. But if you're working 5.5, 6 days a week, long days, and you haven't got time, you can't do that. Then again, it's not feasible. You need something nice and quick. So for a lot of guys, that being able to knock out a brew in 15 or 20 minutes out of the can with some sugar and a little bit of mucking around, that's enough for them. That gets them what they want. And we know that with some playing around and a little bit, not a lot of extra effort, and you can stretch it out to maybe 30 or 40 minutes. But you can knock out a good beer. And if that's your time constraints, then that's where you're going to stop at. The next step from there into doing extract brewing, which adds a little more time, but not a lot, is a step that I think a lot of brewers don't take that probably could. I think there's a lot of brewers that stay with the kits, and even just adding little bits to the kits that could quite easily take a step into full extract brewing, and sort of don't. And there's lots of reasons why. Some people don't have the confidence to build their own recipes. Some people, it's just a space restraint. They don't really have the space to be doing a full batch on a boil, where they can do a smaller, 4 or 5 litre boil for a mini mash, or for adding some grains or hops to a kit beer. But if you've got the availability to be able to do that extract, but you can't step into the all grain, have a look at it. They certainly make a good beer. I've got an extract beer on tap at the moment, which I knocked out for the visitors there the other week, and it's drinking really good. It was dry extract. I didn't use liquid extract. I've never had success using liquid extract. It's going to be probably plenty of brewers that say they do and they get it all the time, but I've never had a great result using liquid canned extract of any kind. You get good results, you don't get great results. There's just something in that process which I think really doesn't work completely. So if you are going to go extract, go for dry. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely a better beer. And listen, that extract beer I've got there, that's as good as any. There's plenty of that all grain beers I've made. Good, good recipe, good process, and you knock out good beer. If you're doing those kits and the extracts, and you might want to go a little bit more and just push it a little bit, go a little bit further. Something like the Robo Brew or Grain Farmer, gives you that option without needing a lot of space. Okay, you need the extra time, but in all reality, you could knock out a batch of beer in the kitchen, on the kitchen bench, on a Robo Brew, in the evening after work. Without a real lot of trouble, and running the cooling and stuff through the sink, and it's certainly very doable. I've never done it, and I've never bothered trying to do it, but it can be done if that's an option that you want to look at. So most of the methods of brewing, it really comes down to, effort and reward. You know, you put in a bit more effort and a bit more time, then you're going to you get a better result overall. Individually, in different, you know, it may vary, but the general rule, yes. But that's it. As the brewer brewing the beer that you like, you need to find the method that gets you the best result for what you want. You know, if you're knocking out beers you're happy with by doing a small grain steep and a little hot boil and adding that to a can of Cooper's, you know, with a box of malt mix, you know, and you're knocking it out in under an hour, and you know, then keep doing it. You know, people are going to tell you to do more, but at the end of the day, you don't need to. If you're doing extracts and you're happy with them, and you don't see the need, you don't have the time to go anymore, then don't. Stick with it, do it. You know, enjoy what you're making. The biggest thing I really don't like seeing is when brewers just simply don't try an advancement on the beer or try to do something better with the beer just because but there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing at the moment. That really, yeah, it irks me, the whole, there's nothing wrong with what I've got. There may not be anything wrong with it, but it could be better. And I've said it before and I'll say it over and over. Most of us are brewing to brew better beer than the crap you can buy in the shop. So to me that means brewing the best beer we can with the resources available to us. So that means using the better ingredients, using the best methods within the time frames that we have. So find that mark for yourself. Don't be scared to try something a little bit different, push a little bit just to and see what it does. You know, if you're knocking out the same beer over and over, that's great. And if you want to keep knocking out a Carlton bloody dry clone and it's working for you, that's good. But you know, just occasionally try something a little bit different. You just may surprise yourself. And you may not, but yeah, if you try something that doesn't, you're not happy with the result, you can go, okay, well, I tried. At least you know. Instead of sitting there going, I wonder if I tried that extract, whether this beer could be better. I wonder if this beer would be better if I added some, 200 grams of grain and a handful of hops to it, and took an extra 20 minutes on brew day. You don't know till you try. But that's it. I can sit here and rave on all day about different methods and reasons for and against. Like I said, it's not for and against. It's what works for you and what doesn't. So as always, if you've got any comments, questions, stick them down the bottom. If you aren't a subscriber, hit the subscribe button down there so you get a notice when we got a new video up, when we're doing something. That's me. That's Little John for today. 5 on Friday. Continue on with the rest of my afternoon. You good folks, continue with what you're doing. So, till I looking at you again, we're brewing beer, drinking beer, we're talking beer. Good brewing.